Gary, have you been convinced by Arsenal tonight, or did they get away with this?
No, they got away with it. I mean, it was a poor performance, but you don't go from being as bad as they have been away from home to all of a sudden being amazing, even when it's down to 10 men. They've struggled through that game, and they'll just be so relieved. I mean, Unai Emery, forget how they've won, forget that they were lucky and they got sending off, forget that Watford had good chances. They just needed to get over that sort of obstacle. And that's the most important thing sometimes. And from that, you can maybe build a little bit of confidence.
Big game against Napoli in the week, and then they still have trips to Wolves, Leicester and Burnley. And as we've said before, Jamie, all awkward games are going to have a huge bearing on if they do manage to finish in the top four. But now they've discovered winning away from home, keeping a clean sheet. Might they be favourites to finish in the top four?
No, I don't think so, yeah. I mean, I think I said a couple of weeks ago, I didn't think they would get in the top four because of their away form. I didn't expect them to win tonight. Obviously, the circumstances have gone with them with the 10 men, but Unai Emery's not soft. That was a great result, but it wasn't a great performance. And listen, that doesn't matter. But the fact that the opposition team were down to 10 men and they still probably should have got something from the game, I think would be a big worry for the other away games. You look at the home games, you think they'll look after themselves for Arsenal, but the away games, you still feel they might have to win one of them. And looking at it, listen, winning 1 out of 3, you'd expect, a team of Arsenal's calibre, the size and the attacking players they have, but you'd still fear for them away from home, really. But, I mean, 6 points for me is a guarantee with the home games that they've got. That gets them to 72. And whether you could pick up another 3 or 4 points, that'd be enough. But it's just whether they can do that away from home. So they're not easy away games, then.
I think I said before the game, for them to be where they are, in front of Chelsea with the game in hand, navigating through the Europa League, which we've always talked about on this programme over 3 or 4 or 5 years, about how difficult it is to play Thursdays and Sundays, out of sync with what's a normal week and all the teams that usually struggle with that. I think it's a brilliant performance when you think of that Chelsea, Manchester United spent a fortune. Chelsea obviously just got a far stronger and better squad. We talked about Eden Hazard last week, being one of the best players in the world. Arsenal nowhere near that. When you look at the Arsenal team, there's a lot of questions to be still answered in terms of, you think of Ozil, you think of Ramsey leaving, you think of, the defenders, the midfield doesn't still quite look right. You're not convinced about the goalkeeper at all. The full-backs, they look like they could change every single week. And yet he's getting that level of performance out of them. I think it's a brilliant performance.
As I said, Unai Emery's not stupid. I think the performance tonight, he'll be delighted with the result, and he'll just be thinking, just please get me in the Champions League for next year, and then I can really get to grips with what's going on here. I've seen what I've got for 12 months, because this team still needs sorting out. So Gary's right, he's doing a brilliant job with what he's got, but he knows what he's got's not enough. And for him, it's just get the results, forget performances. I mean, to perform like that really against 10 men against Watford's not great, but if he can just get a few defenders, that's what we're thinking. Get me that money for next season, next summer, to improve this team.